Ahmed Kathrada, as well as the Sophie and Henry de Bruyn Foundations, have carried out their annual homage to the 1956 Women's March leaders this morning. Now, as the country marks Women's Month, this initiative is aiming to celebrate and honor those who fought in South Africa's liberation struggle. Let's take you now to Nuclear Cemetery. That's where we find our reporter, Katla, watching this initiative for us. And, of course, year in, year out, Kat, this becomes incredibly poignant, shining a spotlight on the many work done by women, some of those women paying the ultimate prize.
A very good morning indeed, Ayanda. We are here at the Nuclear Cemetery, where we're now at the gravesite of Mum Albertina Sisulu. Earlier on, we were at the gravesite of Miss Rahima Musa, and earlier on, as you saw, we were at the gravesite of Mum Helen Joseph and Lillian Goy as well. And this is part of the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation's initiative, working alongside the Sophie and Henry de Bruyn Legacy Foundation, honoring the lives of the women who fought against apartheid, particularly the efforts that they made in 1956, launching that march, 20,000 women strong, to the Union buildings in Pretoria, and highlighting the struggles against apartheid, but particularly fighting against the pass, the Dom pass, as was known back then, but the pass laws as a total, and the discriminatory role that they played at the time. But I do have with me the daughter of Mum Sophie de Bruyn, Danielle, just to speak to us about the work that her mom continues to do. Danielle, thank you so much for giving us your time.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much for asking me to.
Thank you. So, I mean, your mom has done incredible work. She's one of the last living legends of that march. As a daughter, what do you think your mom's legacy continues to be?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for the opportunity to do something I love and I'm very proud of doing, which is to speak of my mother and what she has done for our country and for the struggle back in the day. My mom has always been an inspiration to me and to many women across the country because of her fortitude, her bravery, her courage, and obviously the march in 1956, which she led along. She was one of 4 women who led 20,000 strong to Pretoria. To me, the courage that took, the courage and the bravery, the discipline, the principled stance has always been an inspiration. Mommy continues to inspire all of us, and I think in many ways she's also very disappointed about how things have turned out in our country, precisely because this is not necessarily what we ultimately would have liked. I think there's a lot of room for improvement in terms of, women's rights, in terms of the general status quo of the country. There's a lot that has been accomplished, but Mom will be the first to say there's a lot more left to be done. So all I can say as her daughter, first and foremost, I think people must always remember that she's the mother of the nation, but to my older brother Angelo, my little sister Sonia, and to me she is Mommy. And so we are very aware of what she's contributed, and she continues to be an inspiration not only to the country but to her children too.
Yes. And just a last one, Danielle, in terms of you know her intimately, and she's quite vocal about the issues that still exist. Those conversations that you have with her, what do they sound like about her frustration with the current status quo?
I think perhaps frustration is actually a very apt word. I think that is very apropos. I don't think Mommy will ever give up on this country and on the women of this country. I feel like she continues to hope and speak through and speak about the fact that things need to change. Things need to be even better than what they've... I mean, there's a level of attainment. There's a level of accomplishment. But I think when she speaks in frustration, she definitely doesn't speak in despondency. So she's not despondent. She's frustrated, but she remains hopeful, and she remains principled in her cause, and she remains principled in her beliefs, and she knows that we can and must do better as a people and as a country.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Ayanda, you heard it there from the daughter of Sophie de Bruyn, that's Danielle, outlining the conversations and the things she understands her mom to be and the legacy that her mom continues to pave the way forward. And considering that it's Women's Month, Mom Sophie de Bruyn still feeling frustration over the current status quo and that there's some things that still have to be achieved. But yes, so this is a two-way street where we look at the past but also acknowledge the challenges that still exist in the present.
And that makes it a very important story to keep watching. Kathrada, thanks very much for doing that for us. Live just there from Newzroom Cemetery.